Listen to what Kentucky Democrat Governor Andy Beshear had to say about Kamala Harris's price-fixing proposal.
This isn't about trying to price fix. It's just making sure that the economy is operating the way it should, that this is really supply and demand, which we all respect. It's just making sure that coming out of the pandemic or in difficult times that people aren't increasing the price of food just to make a bigger profit. All it is making sure that capitalism stays within the guardrails, and it's not new. We've been doing this in the States for a long time.
Kevin O'Leary joins me now. I got a feeling, Kevin, that you really don't agree with that, do you?
No, I don't. And I have to look at it through the lens of an investor. I have to invest regardless of who's in the White House. So I really perk my ears up, Stuart, when I hear policy, as I did at a rally this weekend. I've spoken with dozens of investors, and we're quite shocked. Just from the 30,000 feet, we thought Harris was going to reboot her whole position to the middle. The idea was to get the swing voters on board with her with a middle strategy. Instead, we're getting Bidenomics 2.0, which is a shock. In addition to Bidenomics 2.0, if you look through the rally proposals, it's basically the same stuff they've been touting for the last 36 months. You've got this price control, price fixing patina on top of it, which we know doesn't work. You go back to the 70s when we tried this in the U.S., it was a disaster. Look at Venezuela today, or North Korea, or the old USSR tried this. It leads to black markets. It leads to a complete loss of freedom of goods and the breakdown of distribution. I mean, this is a really, really bad idea. And I'm so shocked that she's doing it. We're all shocked. We can't believe this is the platform. We're almost stunned, because this leads to a position of just saying, well, you're getting the same thing you had. And Bidenomics as a brand is toxic waste to the swing voter. It's associated with inflation. All of these ideas are very inflationary.
Let's turn our attention to the Donald Trump side of the coin. One expert warns that Trump's tariffs could spark a trade war and an inflation shock within a year. What do you think to Trump's tariff proposals?
The tariffs have been on for years, Stuart. This is basically a fight with China to get to a level playing field in trade. Personally, I don't like tariffs long term, but I understand them as weaponry. What I would prefer happen in either administration is to actually turn up the dial even harder at a time when the Chinese economy is not in its strongest position, and force them to the table on IP law and reciprocal laws and access to public markets. And the reason I feel this way is not academic research. I'm an investor. I have positions in China. And just so everybody knows why I'm so biased, they have screwed me over the last 12 years. I have no access to their courts. I can't understand why they get to list their companies without the same cost and compliance that I have to pay. It's time to really make them understand no more access to the U.S. market unless we get a reciprocal place. Squeeze Chinese heads is what I'm willing to do. So I like tariff policies, not forever, but to turn the heat up to a blowtorch temperature now. Let's go.
Yeah, understood. Entirely understood. Tariffs as a weapon, a negotiating weapon. Kevin O'Leary, always good. Thanks for joining us, man. We'll see you again soon.